Most parents think that games are just for fun, but the truth is that the right games can make your child mentally stronger. If your child is between 6 and 10 years old, then today I am going to share top 5 brain boosting board games that your child can play and which will improve both their creative brain as well as thinking brain. I have included here both convergent as well as divergent games. Convergent games are those where there is only one correct solution. Convergent games boost logical thinking, focus, patience, problem solving, and planning skills. Same skill set which is used by software programmers, developers, doctors, financial analysts, judges, lawyers, scientists, and researchers. Divergent games are those where there are many possible outcomes and solutions. Divergent games boost creativity, imagination, confidence, and emotional expression. Same skill set which is used by designers, content creators, game designers, filmmakers and directors, artists, performers, and advertising professionals. So here are 2 pro tips for parents. Number 1, evaluate your kids' existing set of plays in terms of the fact that whether they improve thinking brain or the creative brain. Make sure that your child has healthy mix of both the types of games. Second, have you ever excitedly bought a board game only to see it lying untouched after a day or two? If that sounds familiar, don't blame your child. First check if the game matches their age, then simplify it into small, doable challenges. As your child gains confidence and interest, simply bring back the original rules and difficulty. Starting with first one on my list is Strike 4. Strike 4 isn't about luck, it's about focus and strategy. Every move trains the brain to think before acting. The game consists of this grid and 2 color discs. One is yellow color and the other one is red in color. The players sit on each side of this grid and each of the player takes a turn to drop their disc in this grid. So suppose the first player is the yellow one and he drops it here. Any player can drop any side. Each of the players will take their turns and drop the discs. The first player to make 4 discs in a row would win the game. Now the disc can either be in vertical position or 4 discs in horizontal position or even in diagonal positions. Strike 4 is a perfect starter board game. In case your child doesn't know any board game beyond Ludo and Snakes and Ladder. I had bought it when my kid was 5-year-old and he really picked it up very well on this. Second one on my list is Rapid Rumble. It lets your child think on their feet. This game trains speed, focus and instant recall. The game includes category cards, letter cards, a timer and a dice which I have obviously lost. And it can be played between multiple players. Now there are 4 categories: animals, things, culture, science and nature. A player rolls the dice. Now suppose I have rolled the dice and the dice comes up with green color. So as a player, I will pick up the card from the matching category. It says an animal with only 2 legs. But the challenge doesn't stop here. You have to also pick up a letter card. So it says you have to tell an animal with only 2 legs, but that animal's name must start with letter A. No answers can be repeated by any player. The player with the highest score at the end wins. With Rapid Rumble, I have got 2 important tips. First one, don't do timer piece unless your child becomes pro in this game. Second one, culture and science category can be tough one, and that is okay. So let your child perform these 2 categories without a letter card. And as and when they become pro in it, then you can introduce the letter card with them. Rapid Rumble is a great family game. It is not restricted only to kids. Even adults can play and enjoy it. I think almost every alternate Saturdays we find ourselves playing Rapid Rumble. The third one on my list is Traffic Hour, and it's my personal favorite. Traffic Hour trains logical thinking, patience, and planning. This game teaches kids to think before they move. This game includes a traffic grid board, cars and trucks of different sizes, and 40 challenge cards with varying difficulty levels. Let's see how to play. Set up the board using the challenge card. So for example, if the challenge number is 5, I would first set up the board using this challenge card. So now after setting up the board with the challenge card, what we have to do is we have to help this red car come out of this exit. And the only rule in this game is that you can only move the cars and trucks either in forward direction or in backward direction. You cannot move them sideways. You can only move them forward or backward. Sounds easy, huh? When the game got delivered, I tried it first. I randomly picked up challenge number 5 and I tried to solve it. After struggling with it for almost 15 minutes, I gave up. I literally had thought that I have ordered a wrong game for my 6-year-old, and I was about to place it for return when my kid came up, got excited to see the cars, and immediately sat down to solve the challenge. And to my utter surprise, he solved the same challenge in 5 to 7 minutes. And that was a moment of enlightenment for me as a mom. As we grow up, our patience to work on different permutation and combination fades out. This is the game where you have to evaluate many possibilities, rule them out, and come up with one correct solution. Fourth one on my list is Mastermind. It is actually a code breaker kind of a game. It boosts logical thinking, focus, patience, problem solving, and above all, you can introduce your kid to the concept of probability, permutation combination, and validation via this game. The game is played between 2 players. One is called Code Maker, who sits on this side, and the other is called Code Breaker, who sits on this side. Now first, the Code Maker makes a secret code over here and cover it with this shield. So he will pick up colorful pegs from here. Let's say he picks up these 2, orange and white, and places them here, and then he will cover it. And now the code breaker will sit over here. He has got these number of attempts, which are 10 in number. He has got 10 attempts to guess what is the correct code over there, which is hidden behind the shield. Now let's say he gives in his first attempt these 2, one orange and one black. Code maker sitting on this side will give the feedback to the code breaker over here. So he will use these pegs. They are only 2 in colors, one red and one white. Red is given when both the color and position of the peg is right, whereas white is given when only the color is right. So in this case, with this set, code maker would give a white peg only, because only the orange color is matching, the black color is not matching, and the orange color position is not correct. It's here, whereas the code breaker has put it over here. So he would give it like this. Obviously it will not be like this. I have just opened it up so that you can understand what this game is all about. Now let's see, in the second attempt, the code breaker assumes that orange was the right color and he puts it here, and then he uses blue one. So again, this time the orange color is right, but the position is also right. So over here also it's here, and the guess of the code breaker is also right, it's here. So this time the code maker will give a red peg, and there would be no other peg because the blue one is not right. Now comes the third attempt. The code breaker is putting this over here, and this time let's say he comes up with white color peg but at this position, and so this time the code maker will give one red peg for the orange one and the white peg for the white color peg. Reason for not giving red peg is that the white peg is still not in correct position. Now let's say in the fourth attempt he puts it like this, which is both the correct color as well as the correct order, and so the code maker will give both the red pegs and hence the game stops. So all in all, the code breaker took 4 attempts to come up with the correct secret code. Now the code maker can use any number of pegs. He can use only 1 peg, 2 pegs, 3 pegs, or all the 4 pegs, all the 4 slots, and he can use 4 different colors or 2 different colors or 3 different colors. All of it adds to the complexity of the game. If your kid is about 6 years of age, they may not be able to play this game full on from day one. Don't worry, just go gradually while you introduce this game. First start with 2 color pegs, then to 3, and then finally to 4 color pegs as you see the progress of the child. Now before we move on to the last 5th one, I really want to do some honorable mentions, and those are Scout It Out, Chess, and Train of Thoughts. Chess needs no introduction as a brain boosting game. Scout It Out creates an interesting way for your kid to get familiar with continents, countries, and currency. Let me know in comments if you want me to review on this one. Train of Thought, oh my god, if you want to know your kid and even about you from the lens of your child, this is a go-to game. Okay, so coming back on the last one, which is the 5th one, is It's Not It. It's Not It enhances creative thinking, quick decision making, all while having fun. The game includes game cards, drawing pad, and pencil. Now let's see how to play It's Not It. First, you have to ask the kids to sit in a circle. This can be played between multiple players. First, what you have to do is you have to flip the card and see what is there. So it says, it's not a dartboard, which means that you have to make something which looks like this, but it is not a dartboard. And then you have to just set the timer to 1 minute. Ask the kids to come up with anything that they think that it's in this shape, but it is not a dartboard. Yeah. So, for example, two things that I can think could be tree. Yeah, tree trunks, which is like this. Yeah, when you cut a tree, it's like this in concentric circles. And the other would be manhole. Yeah, on the road. At times it looks like this. I'm not sure if you are able to see it. Yeah, so this game is all about thinking out of the box. If your drawing matches with someone else's, neither of you earn a point. At the end of the minute, everyone shares their drawing and each unique drawing scores 1 point. Think fast, think different, and outsmart your opponents. The player with most points at the end wins. This game literally pushes the player to think out of the box. If you find that your kid is facing some difficulty in thinking out of the box, don't worry, don't give up. Just remove the timer piece. Let them think and let them struggle. Your child will definitely be able to come up with 1 or 2 options. Alright, so now we are done with top 5 brain boosting games. So the next time you are choosing a board game for your child, don't just look at the age labels. Look whether the game would improve your child's thinking brain or creative brain. Because every time your child plans a move, waits patiently, thinks creatively, or solves a problem on their own, they are building the skills they will use far beyond the game table. This channel is dedicated to raise confident and resilient kids. If you want more powerful insights and practical ways to improve the inner strength of your child, please like and subscribe this channel.